Okay everyone, so in our last video we have set up the environment for our Linux mastery course. In this video we will talk about the introduction of Linux. So this video would be completely on the theoretical portion, so I will try to cover all the theory in the one lecture, because our main goal to not understand the theory of the Linux but to understand the implementation of the Linux for real world scenarios. So okay, without delay, let's get into it. So we are going to talk about introduction to Linux. We'll talk about history, evaluation, and the benefits. So first, what is Linux? So Linux is an open source operating system that serves as a foundation for a wide range of computing environment. It can be from personal devices to the servers to the supercomputers everywhere. So this Linux operating system basically based on the Unix operating system that was introduced in a very initial age. We'll talk about more on it. So if you talk about the history of Linux, so before starting the understanding of the Linux, first we understand the origin of Unix. So Linux has its roots in the Unix, and Unix is an operating system developed at A&T Bell Labs in late 1960. And Unix is a multi-user multitasking operating system basically designed for portability and the flexibility, which means a developer can do whatever type of operation with the operating system they can do with the Unix operating system. Previously, at that moment, Windows was introduced, but developers can't do much modification on that operating system, which means they don't have that level of flexibility, and Unix overcome those problems. Unix inspired several derivatives including BSD, Barclay Software Distribution, and the Minix, which influenced later to Unix operating system. Talking about the birth of Linux. So in 1991, Linus Torvalds, a computer science student, began developing the Unix operating system or Linux kernel as a hobby. Later, we all know what it happened. But yeah, Torvalds aimed to create a free and open source alternative to Minix, which is a Unix-like operating system. So they started to create a free and open source alternative to Minix. In October 5, 1991, the first version of Linux was released. The version was 0.02, and then later Torvalds shared the source code of their development to the GNU, General Public License, which enables a collaborative community to contribute and improve it. So this is the birth of the Unix. Talking about the history, collaboration with GNU, the GNU project started by the Richard Stallman in 1983 aimed to create a free Unix-like operating system. But Unix operating system was not free, but they are aiming to create a free. While GNU had developed many tools and software, it lacked a kernel. Linux filled that gap. The combination of the Linux kernel and the GNU tool lead to the creation of what is often referred to as GNU Linux. Talking about the evaluation of the timeline evaluation in 1991 to 1993, early kernel releases, the birth of first Linux distribution like Slackware and their Debian. In 1994, Linux kernel 1.0 released with networking capability as well. What network capability they have, we will talk about later. In 2000s, adoption of Linux for server, enterprise uses, mobile devices, Android, all the things like Linux got viral with all type of use cases. In 20s to present, widespread adoption of the cloud computing, IoT, supercomputer, and personal desktop everywhere is Linux. Linux preferred by the developers or any sort of big MNCs, but Windows is preferred for the general purpose players or the general people. Now talking about evaluation of Linux. So Linux distribution combines the Linux kernel and the additional software packages manager and the user interfaces. Popular distribution, if you talk about, then we have the Ubuntu, CentOS, Arch Linux, Kali Linux, and Red Hat, RHEL. We also seen in the last video Amazon Linux. So these are their popular distributions. If you talk about the application of the Linux, so we have a lot of application. If you talk about the desktop environment, server, cloud computing, supercomputer, these are AI/ML use cases, mobile operating system, IoT devices, everywhere you will find the Linux operating system, not the Windows. So we have a wide range of application of Linux operating system. What is the main advancement in the kernel? continuous update, improve performance, security, and the hardware compatibility. That can be compatible any sort of hardwares, but this is the issue with the Windows operating system, and Linux is more secure and you can improve the performance by doing some basic changes. Feature like SEL, Linux security, enhanced Linux, and containerization like Docker has revolutionized modern computer, because Docker, containerization, security enhancement, these are the key feature which makes Linux a very big player in the market. Now, benefit of the Linux, we also seen this is open source, anyone can easily use it, encourage innovation and collaboration among developers. It is cost effective, like as Windows we don't need to purchase it, it is completely free, so definitely it will be the cost effective. They have the security, Linux permission based system, regular updates and open source nature make it more secure. It is less prone to virus and malware compared to the proprietary operating system. Basically they are talking about the Windows. Stable and reliability, known for its uptime, Linux is ideal for server and the critical systems. So these are their most benefits of the Linux operating system. Many servers run Linux without requiring a reboot for years. So this is one of the most stability and reliability of the Linux operating system. They also have some other benefits like flexibility and the customization, highly modular and the customizable. Linux allow user to tweak the OS to suit specific need. Support a wide range of hardware from old machine to the modern supercomputers. They have optimized performance for multitasking and efficient resource uses. Minimum overhead makes it suitable for both low-end devices and the high-end devices as well. They have very good community support as well. The vast global community offers free resources, forum, documentation. So if you're stuck, if you wanted to any sort of commands, you wanted to do something with the Linux, you can easily find it over the internet because their community is very strong. They are contributing continuously to improve the Linux operating system. Linux ecosystem includes contribution from the individuals to the large tech companies like Google, IBM, Red Hat, etc. So these are the some modern benefits of the Linux. We have the Linux in modern computing. Many enterprises uses Linux for server, databases, cloud infrastructure. Companies like Google, Facebook, Amazon rely on the Linux only. They are investing billions of dollars for the Linux operating system. Education and research, preferred for academic, for programming, system administrator, and the research computing. Even in our colleges now, they are not preferring Windows operating system. They are talking about the Linux, where they can do the automation and some other things which is required in the actual industry market. If you want to use as a Linux for your personal use, definitely increasing popular for the developer and the tech people. Distribution like Ubuntu and the Fedora are beginner friendly. But yeah, you can use the Red Hat, Linux, all the other sort of Linux operating system. In Amazon also I have seen you the different sort of operating system. If I go here and if I try to launch one of them, again one of Linux instance, basically here you can see a wide range of variety. You can Linux, Amazon Linux, Mac OS, Ubuntu, even you can launch the Windows as well. But yeah, Red Hat, SUSE Linux, Debian, a wide range of Linux distribution is available over the AWS console. So that's why I'm talking about create a AWS account, try to launch a EC2 instance, try to understand what is cloud computing, all sort of things. Okay, coming to the topic, emerging technology, Linux is integral to advancement in artificial intelligence and the machine learning, as I stated before. Framework like TensorFlow optimized for the Linux, and containerization and the DevOps. So if you talk about the other job role, once you complete the Linux courses or you are interested in the DevOps role, so everywhere you will find the Linux. You just need to forget the Windows, whatever you have learned till now. So you have to be very confident, very mature in this Linux operating system knowledge. Okay, so we have covered the theoretical portion of the introduction of Linux. So this, I'll just closing this video now. It might be a little bit long, but yeah, in the next video we'll started executing the Linux basic command, and actual things will start from the next video onwards. So thank you, see you in the next lecture.